Hey everybody, it's Dave Dyer, and welcome to episode 5 of Tight 10 with Dave Dyer. This is my podcast where I'm your host, and I have interesting guests on all the time. We ask 10 questions. It's informative, but it's express. It's in and out, just like me at a party. My guest today is a very dear friend of mine. It is Tommy Schichtel. You want to say hi, Tommy?
Hi, David.
Hey, Tommy is the founder and lead guitarist for the instrumental retro surf group called the Concussions. He's also a member of the Fuzzrights, the B-Sides, and he's toured and recorded with Tobin Sprout. He's also the owner of Goon Lagoon Studios in Grand Rapids, Michigan, where an artist can still record using good old analog equipment. More than all of that, he was also my co-worker at Believe in Music in high school, where we both got fired because they carried porn. He's a super dear friend, and also that on top of that, he was also one of my dad's very favorite people. So my dad loved you.
He was an awesome human being. Yeah, I'm ready.
He was a good man.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. 10 questions. The first one's easy, but this says a lot about people. You ready?
Yeah.
Chips Ahoy or Oreos? Go.
Oreos.
Oreos, okay.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm an Oreo person too.
I used to
Gives
take
you more to do, you know?
Well, I used to take that little cream, and the double stuff. You get the double stuff. I'd make them like quadruple stuff. Did everybody do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. They were like
no,
that
I'll
tall.
tell you what. Interestingly enough, as chubby as I was when we were growing up, never cared for the double stuff. It was like too much for me.
You're frozen.
I don't have an explanation for
Really?
it. You would have thought, yeah, given my waist size growing up, that this kid loves double stuff. No, not the case. I
So you're a
was
Chips
very
Ahoy
particular
guy?
about those kind of things.
Oh.
No, I'm an Oreo guy, but the regular Oreos.
Oh,
Although
okay.
they've got the new thin ones out. Have you seen the thin ones?
No.
They've got these little thin Oreos where they're trying to make you feel a little better about yourself for cramming a bunch of Oreos into your face. It's not working. We're still eating tons of them, Nabisco. All right. Question number 2. While a couple of your bands, Fuzzrights, the B-Sides, have songs with lyrics in them, the Concussions are strictly instrumental. Tell me about the decision to have a band that was like that, and what made it different for you. What drew you to that?
Link Ray. Link Ray was the reason why I picked up the guitar.
Okay.
I heard Rumble. Actually, it was called Big City After Lights before I even picked up the guitar, and that's what did it for me. I felt like a lightning bolt went right through me when I heard it. So I picked up a guitar that he had. I did research on him. But, my mom listened to the Ventures when we were kids, so I think it was kind of ingrained in us at a young age. So...
And for those people who might not know, the Ventures are very famous for the Hawaii Five-0 theme, right?
Yeah, and Walk Don't Run was their big hit too.
Yep.
Noki Edwards was another amazing guitar player, but Link Ray was real primitive and raw, and Noki was he was almost too good. He was like too good for me to be able to play like that. He was more finger picking, but.
Yeah.
Listen to the Ventures live in Japan, 65. It's like the best recordings ever. It's my favorite.
Is it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I know. One thing I know about you, just from a little bit of our musical relationship as well, is that you like people to not almost be too good. You like a little bit of a raw edge to the music, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right.
Yeah.
Some of the worst bands I've had gone and listened to were probably some of the best musicians I've seen, like where it's like they're not even, it doesn't even, when you can be that good and still move people emotionally, then you got something. But usually the people that are that good, it sounds like paint by numbers to me. I like the rawness.
It gets a little robotic. I would agree with you.
I like the mistakes.
Yeah.
I like the surprises.
Yep. I know what you mean. I like it too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 3. You're flipping channels, and the movies The Attack of the 50-Foot Woman, The Blob, and The Creature from the Black Lagoon come on, but they're all on at the same time. Which one do you watch and why?
Creature. Just because
Okay.
just because of that monster looked so cool when we were kids. I remember seeing it. It was
Yeah.
older.
Yeah.
It was older than, from a lot before me, but I always thought that monster was one of the coolest looking monsters. And then those scenes of them swimming under
Yeah.
water. The other ones are okay,
Yeah.
but definitely the classic one. I would take the classic.
Creature from the Black Lagoon. You know the thing about
And
it
the
when we were
woman.
kids, I mean, even though that movie, you're right, yeah. Even though Creature from the Black Lagoon was before our time, the way that your mind can just kind of suspend itself, I mean, it's obvious it's a dude in a costume, you know? And whether he's got an air hose or a scuba tank underwater, who cares? You can just suspend that and go, hey, it's an animal. It's a monster, for God's sakes.
Yeah, and he was in love.
Yep.
There's
All right.
still the love angle.
Yes.
It's not just green
Yep.
slime going all over the
Question
world.
number 4.
Okay.
No, he's got more. He's more to him than that. For God's sakes, he's not just a frog.
You remember
for
green
God's sakes.
slime? You remember that stuff?
He's
Did
got
you have that
emotions.
too? Did you have that
Sure,
stuff?
I do. In the trash can.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had trash can, and without fail, it ended up with dirt and dust and sticks
Yeah.
in it, and
Yeah, like Rice
Yeah, just
Krispies
gross.
in it. Yeah.
yep, it was nasty. All right, question number 4. You own Goon Lagoon Studios in Grand Rapids, where, as I mentioned earlier, people can still go and record on old school analog equipment. Tell me why people choose to still record that way. What is it about the sound and the process that people still enjoy that or prefer it over digital?
I don't know. I think, people, to me, it doesn't matter what people use. I think as long as you're creating art, it doesn't matter to me. To me, that's all I know. That's all I've had. So it comes easier to me. I know when people come in and check out the studio, they want to be a fly on the wall or something. They see how I work, and they're more of a computer-based studio, and they don't understand what I'm doing. It's like, like a different language to them. But that's how it is for me with, Pro Tools and stuff. I've never done a session on Pro Tools myself. I've had people edit stuff for me with Pro Tools, and I'm not against any of that stuff, and I don't feel like I'm an elitist or anything. It's just, I do think they sound different, but neither one is bad to me. I think tape probably sounds
the stuff
a little
I've read in regards
darker.
to the different. Okay.
Yeah. Tape's a
The
little
things
darker.
I've read about it, and maybe it's stuff that you've told me as well, is that the acoustic can offer kind of a different sort of warmth to the music, and that while the digital is nice to be able to quickly edit and be able to do sorts of different things, there's sort of a sound capture that you just can't really get with the digital. Is that still the case, or has digital advanced to the point where it can mimic that pretty well?
I think it all depends on the engineer or producer. I think, there's times I've heard stuff and I went, man, that's got to be tape, and it wasn't. So they do have plugins. They do have plugins for noise and hiss emulation or just noise emulation, saturation. But I do think, it also forces you to make decisions because you don't have a lot of tracks, which, you can have as many tracks as you want with digital. So I think you're forced to make decisions quicker, and you waste less time. You don't have 172 tracks with, when you go back to mix, you got one cowbell hit or something on one track or whatever. And, you're just forced to do things.
Yeah.
And because you're limited in tracks, you might do more stuff together, so you might have tambourine shakers and clave on one track or something, because you need to save room.
Yeah.
But it's just what I know. It's not, I'm not some sort of an elitist. It just happens to be, I stayed with what I really loved. And it's kind of like who I am.
Yeah.
I haven't really,
Yeah.
I'm pretty meat and potatoes. I've stayed with what I like almost my whole life. I haven't
Yeah.
ventured out.
Yeah.
Not that I'm not curious, because I am. But I feel like if it feels good, feels right, resonates with my soul, I stay with it.
Nice. Yep. Okay, question number 5. Hypothetical situation here, Tommy. I'm going to put you on the spot.
Uh-oh.
You have a gig scheduled 2 nights away. Your number one drummer has an infected big toe on his kick drum foot. Your backup drummer has taken a second shift job at UPS, and I am your only option to play the drums in the band. Do you trust in me, or do you cancel the gig?
I think this has been a situation before.
I can't wait to hear this.
Yeah. This has been a situation before, and if I remember correctly, you had a comedy gig somewhere else. You'd love to do it, but you couldn't do it. Yeah, you couldn't do it.
Well, I'm a professional too, Tom.
And actually, you weren't my
Not sitting
third
here
choice. You weren't my third. You were our first choice.
Was I farther down the list?
No. No, you were. We talked about it.
I don't know if I believe that, but all right.
It was true. It was true, I tell you. You never know. You never know. Are you practicing now?
You never know. I'm always on standby. I got my kid over here. I haven't played in a little bit, but I'll tell you what, if you make the call, I'll be on it for about 20 hours straight, driving my wife bananas.
All right.
So there's a twofold benefit to it. All right?
That's good. That's good.
Okay, question number 6. Where do you feel most comfortable on stage? Because even with the Concussions, even though it's an instrumental group, you're kind of the front man. I know you guys have your masks on and everything, but you're kind of the front man of the Concussions. Do you enjoy that, or do you enjoy being with somebody like Tobin Sprout, where you're more of an ensemble and you're part of the band? Which of those two roles do you prefer?
Believe it or not, I like the sound. I like the side guy. There's less pressure. Okay. I like doing other people's music. Yeah, I do. Because you get up there and you only really have to worry about, being good on one thing. And, the Concussions thing, is a lot of it is just improv. A lot of the stuff that we have done has just happened on the spot. So that's not a big deal either. And when you do it for so many years, it kind of becomes old hat. You don't really think about it. But in the beginning years when we would play, it was definitely more, you'd get nervous about your own stuff for sure. Now I don't even think about it. I mean, we play, like with Tobin, we've done some pretty good sized shows, and you just go on stage and I guess that's when you kind of feel like you
just do your part.
Yeah. So I would say definitely playing with someone else. It's more fun. Yeah.
And for those people who don't know, I will mention this now. I should have mentioned it at the top of the show, but the theme song for Tight 10 with Dave Dyer is a song called Stiletto, which is a Concussion song.
It is. I wrote that.
Did you? I know you gave me permission. Do you remember giving me permission?
Yeah. You texted me.
Okay.
And you used it for something else before.
I did for another failed podcast.
The horn guy on that one is he passed away, but his name is Danny Barber, and he played with Maynard Ferguson, and then also he's on a bunch of classic rock records like Styx, I don't know if he's on Grand Illusion or not. I'm not a Styx fan, so I don't know, but he came in and it was great. He looked like Liberace. His hair was jet black, and it was dyed. It was dyed, by the way. He had a scarf on. And he came in and he started warming up in the big room. My big tracking room is 40 by 30 with like 13-foot ceilings. And he came in and I could not believe how loud he was. He was like peeling the paint off the wall.
Nice.
But he was just amazing. Just an amazing musician and quite a character, to say the least.
Very nice. Well, it sounds great, and I love having that song as the theme song. All right, question number 7. Little bit on the silly side again. You have to move a sleeper sofa from the basement up to your main floor. Here are your 3 choices of people you have to pick from to help you. And you need to give me your preference from most favorite to least favorite helper. Okay, here you go. Moving a sleeper sofa, basement, upstairs. Factor in the thing. This thing's going to be loose. That bed may come shooting out at any point. Here it is. Number 1. Here's your first option. Johnny Depp. Number 2, Shaquille O'Neal. Number 3, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Today's Arnold Schwarzenegger, not Conan. Today's Arnold Schwarzenegger, who's had a couple heart surgeries.
I guess, I don't know why Johnny Depp came into it, but the other two guys are much stronger, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I would say Shaquille O'Neal. I'm not blown away by, I don't know if anybody would actually make me nervous outside of maybe meeting a Beatle. So they could come and help me and leave, and I wouldn't care.
Okay.
So any of the three. But for the muscle part, probably Shaq. Then maybe then Depp second, just so I could see how wimpy he is, maybe. Because he's got quite a bravado.
I was just going to say, see how useless he is?
Well, you know how he kind of walks around and he does those fragrance commercials and all that? You always wonder, like...
Sure.
Come on, help me lift this. We'll see. And then Schwarzenegger
62
would be my
and he's
last.
still... Yeah.
Huh? What?
Say
it again?
Depp would be my last. Depp would be my last. He's 62 and he's still tying bandanas to his belt loops, for God's sakes. So,
yeah, well, but he played with Jeff
I wouldn't
Beck,
be using it.
So.
I would use my... Yeah, well, what are you going to say if you're Jeff Beck and Johnny Depp says, hey, I want to play with you? All right, whatever. We'll get a few more tickets sold.
Yeah, right. I'm sure there's a little bit of that.
Shaquille O'Neal would be a good option, but my one concern is that are he and the sofa going to fit up the stairs? That's a gigantic human being.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about that.
Schwarzenegger,
I was thinking more of just brute strength.
Schwarzenegger, there's the cardiac issue. Do I want that kind of liability on my property? But Depp, I think, is a distant third. I don't, listen, get out of the liquor cabinet. I need you over here to move this sofa.
There probably would be
more
stories about Johnny Depp, and that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you gonna say to Arnold
before he throws a bottle at you?
Yeah, right.
I don't know what you say to Arnold. How are you feel? What are you grabbing your chest for? You feel okay? That's what I'd be saying to you. I don't have good insurance. All right, number 8. What lessons have you learned from your music career that you could apply to life and maybe pass on to a younger generation? Someone coming to you and saying, hey, I want to get in the music business. What's the first thing that comes to your mind as far as a lesson or a bit of mentorship you could lend to them?
Learn how to work with others.
Okay.
And when...
Good advice.
Someone might be a little more talented than you, don't be afraid of it. Embrace it, because, and I'm thinking about this as more of musicianship. Always play with people that are better than you, because then you get better. You rise better. So that's why maybe I haven't called you that much, because I didn't want you to feel like you were playing with less thans. So.
Well, wait a minute. If I take what you just said and I flip that around, you haven't called me because you don't think I'm better than you.
I was saying you're better than
That's what that sounds like to me.
Yeah, see, I've learned that lesson now. Now I want to play with you.
No, that is good advice. You know what? And I'll tell you what. On a similar note, when young comedians ask me advice about being a comedian, I say a couple things. First of all, I say get on stage all you can, figure out who you are on stage. But more than that, from a business aspect, I tell them be funny and be easy to work with. Those two things are so important. If you're just easy to work with, it'll get you so far in any walk of life, not just entertainment, but any walk of life.
I agree, 100%.
Don't be a pushover, but be easy to work with.
You can have quiet confidence. I do work with some people that some younger kids that do ask me questions like that. And it is interesting to see how they carry themselves and how, as we get older, how we can think different, you know. Like the Tommy in his 20s is totally different than now, you know. I always had kind of an edge, you know, but now it's softened a bit. But I definitely, I don't let things bother me like they did when I was younger, you know.
Yeah.
I don't stew at anything.
I'm the same.
And I forgive quicker, you know. So I think it's a good lesson.
And I think when I was younger too, you'd watch other comedians and you go, why is that guy getting that? Why am I not getting that? And now you get to an age where you're like, you know what? I'm kind of in my own lane. I just do what I do. I work on that. I make sure that I'm good at that. And that's fine. You know, you're not going to be the right person for everything. That's just the way it is. Right.
Chemistry is a big thing too. You know, it's like, again, like what we were talking about pre-taping. You know, like you know when you play well with other people, and you know when you jive with other people, and that really helps a lot too. I mean,
sure.
The Beatles weren't all like incredible. Well, I mean, that there could be an argument to that too, but together they were something magical. You know, apart they weren't. Yeah. They didn't ever achieve that. You know. So.
Right. Yep. Question number 9. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
You do an awful lot of things. You're a musician. You write music. You're a producer. You're also a master electrician. If you could make your living doing just one of those things, somebody said, hey, you can only do one of those things, which of those do you pick?
Probably musician. I love producing and working with people, but just doing one thing and not being able to do the others. There's something about sitting down, writing a song, recording it, being able to perform it for people. It's pretty magical. And not saying that the other two aren't, you know. And I do still enjoy doing electric because I can pick and choose what I do, you know, because I work for myself. But being a musician that writes music and records it, and then you're able to perform it and then see how it goes over to other people. I mean, there's no feeling like it. And there's no drug like being on stage. None on planet Earth.
No, it's fun.
Yeah.
You know, the strange thing is, it's funny you say that, because I've done stand-up comedy now for 33 years. And you know what? The beautiful thing about it is that I still enjoy it. You know, the travel, as the older you get, the travel can be a pain in the neck, and there's other aspects of it that you don't enjoy as much. But the actual time on stage where I maybe I've written a new joke, I still get so excited to try that new joke.
See how it hits.
So I still love doing the shows. I'm very blessed that, having done it this long, I still enjoy that aspect of it. So
yeah, you want to see how it hits.
Yep. Question number 10.
My wife just came in and I gave her the knock it off look.
Hi, Emily. Question number 10. Last question. Ready?
Yep.
What's your favorite way to celebrate a win, either professionally or personally? What's your favorite way to celebrate something good that's happened?
Have a cigar and an old fashioned on the deck
at home,
and watch the animals go by. Yeah. We live on some water, and we get animals running by the house all the time. You know, coyotes and deer and all that. And I like to wind down.
Yeah,
you know, I like to wind down, and that's how you do it.
Cigar and an old fashioned. There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
And it can be by myself too. I'm okay being insulated.
Yep. So I don't need anybody to talk to. I'm fine.
No, I like it.
Good. Well, there we are, Tommy. That's our 10 questions. It was easy. It was painless. All right.
That was very good.
Once again, I want to thank.
You got me craving Orioles now.
Yeah. So once again, I want to thank everybody. My guest today was Tommy Schichtel. You can find, what's the best way to find you guys? I know you're on Facebook at the Concussions. Is there any other social media way that people can find you guys?
I think I have an Instagram account, but I never go to it. I get alerts and stuff. I don't.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's under my band name, Dick Chiclet. But, you know, probably
Okay.
Goon Lagoon on Facebook is probably the best way to get a hold of me. Or the
Good.
Concussions. I think they're both on there. I'm not very good at returning messages, but eventually I see them.
Just go listen to the music, folks. You're going to love it. It's fantastic. And again, the theme song for this show, Stiletto, is a song by the Concussions. Thank you, Tommy. I appreciate it. Talk to you soon.
All right. See you, Dave.
You bet. Bye-bye.